Imagine waking up before money existed. No wallet, no coins, no bank, no salary, no shop, no price tags. You are hungry, but you cannot buy food. You are cold, but you cannot buy clothing. You are weak, but you cannot pay someone to protect you. So what do? In that world, money meant nothing, because money did not exist. The only thing that mattered was this. Can you survive today? Today, money touches almost everything. Food, water, clothing, shelter, travel, medicine, even time. But for most of human history, there was no money. There were no banks, no coins, no paper bills, no online payments, no supermarkets, no rent, no jobs like today. So survival worked in a very different way. It was not easy. It was not simple. And it was not always fair. Before money, the world had another system. Nature gave, nature took, and your group decided who survived. But this is where things get strange. People were not just walking around trading one thing for another all day. That is too simple. The real story is deeper. It is about food, tools, memory, trust, and sharing. A world with no price. Try to imagine it. You see a river, but there is no owner. You see a tree, but there is no store. You see an animal, but there is no butcher. You see land, but there is no rent office. Everything around you is possible survival, but not even see your own hand in front of your face. Food is not waiting on a shelf. Water is not coming from a tap. Fire is not inside a lighter. Clothing is not hanging in a shop. You must find things. You must make things. You must carry things. You must remember places. Where is the water? Where are the edible plants? Edible means safe to eat. Where do animals move? Where can we sleep? Where can we hide from wind? Where can we find stone for tools? In a world without money, knowledge was wealth. But night will flood dark. It was survival wealth. A person who knew the land was valuable. A person who knew plants was valuable. A person who could track animals was valuable. A person who could make tools was valuable. A person who could keep fire alive was valuable. That was the first lesson. Before money, your skill was your value. Food was the first problem. Today, breakfast can be easy. You open a fridge. You buy bread. You order food. You drink clean water. But before money, every meal had a story. Someone had to find it. Someone had to catch it. Someone had to dig it. Someone had to carry it. Someone had to prepare it. Early humans hunted, gathered, and scavenged food. The Smithsonian says early humans had to hunt, scavenge, and gather food every day. That means survival was daily. You could not just save money and feel safe. You needed food. You needed water. You needed the group. Some days were good. Some days were bad. Some days the group found fruit. Some days they found roots. Some days they found honey. Some days they found meat. Some days they found almost nothing. And this next part is important. Before money, hunger was not only personal, it was social. If one person found food, what happened next? Did they eat alone? Did they share? Did the group remember? Did others help them later? This question matters, because food was not just food. Food created relationships. Tools were survival power. Before money, a tool could be more useful than gold. A sharp stone could cut meat. A scraper could clean a hide. A digging stick could find roots. A spear could keep danger away. A basket could carry food. A needle could help make clothing. A fire tool could protect the night. The Smithsonian says stone tools give evidence of early human technology, skill, and innovation. Stone tools were not modern machines, but they changed everything. With tools, humans could do things their bodies could not do alone. Hands became stronger. Teeth became less important. Claws were not needed. A sharp stone became a cutting edge. A stick became a weapon. A bone became a point. A hide became protection. This was not money, but it had value. A good tool could save time. A good tool could save energy. A good tool could save a life. And skill mattered. Not everyone could make the best tool. Not everyone knew the right stone. Not everyone knew how to shape it. So a toolmaker was important. A tracker was important. A healer was important. A firekeeper was important. A storyteller was important too. Because stories carried memory. And memory helped the group survive. Sharing replaced buying. In modern life, we buy from strangers. We do not need to know them. We give money. They give goods. The deal ends. But in a small ancient group, life was different. People knew each other. They remembered who helped. They remembered who shared. They remembered who refused. Anthropologists often describe sharing as very important in hunter-gatherer life. Sharing could go beyond one household, especially when food was uncertain. The Smithsonian also says sharing vital resources helped early humans build stronger social bonds and improve survival chances. Think about a hunter. He brings back meat. He could try to keep it. But meat can rot. And tomorrow, he may fail. So sharing makes sense. Today, I share with you. Tomorrow, you may share with me. Today, my child eats. Tomorrow, your child eats. Today, I help you. Tomorrow, you help me. This was not charity. Charity means giving with no return. This was survival logic. The group was a safety net. A safety net means protection when life goes wrong. But there was a dark side. If someone never helped. If someone always took. If someone broke trust. The group would remember. Before money, reputation mattered. Reputation means what others think about you. And in a small group, reputation could be life or death. Trust was invisible currency. This is the hidden part of the story. Before money, people still had value systems. But those systems were not always coins. They were based on memory. Who helped? Who shared? Who lied? Who was brave? Who was lazy? Who protected children? Who ran away? Who knew the land? Who could be trusted? In a small group, people did not need a receipt. The group remembered. Anthropologist David Graeber argued that early exchange was often closer to gift, debt, and social obligation than a simple barter first, money later story. That does not mean barter never happened. Barter means trading one thing for another. People could trade. Of course they could. But survival before money was not only barter. It was also sharing. Promises. Memory. That. Family. Friendship. Debt. Trust. Fear. And need. Imagine someone gives you food today. You may not pay them back at once. But later, you help prepare a shelter. Or you warn them of danger. Or you share fire. Or you help carry a child. This is not a shop. This is relationship. And before money, relationship was power. That is why being alone was dangerous. A rich person with no money does not exist in that world. But a skilled person with no group is also in danger. Because no one survives everything alone. Money came much later. Money did not appear at the start of humanity. It came much later. The Federal Reserve notes that the oldest recorded use of money dates back about 4,500 years to ancient Mesopotamia. But humans are far older than that. Modern Homo sapiens go back about 300,000 years. That means humans lived for a very long time without money like we know it. So why did money appear? One reason is scale. Scale means size. Small groups can remember debts. Large towns cannot. Small groups can know everyone. Cities cannot. Small groups can share food directly. Big trade networks are harder. When strangers trade, trust becomes harder. When goods move far away, memory becomes weaker. When people grow food, store grain, build towns, and trade over distance, they need better systems. They need counting. They need records. They need common value. They need something many people accept. That is where money becomes useful. But here is the twist. Money did not create survival. Survival came first. Money came later. The human body learned hunger before it learned price. The human hand made tools before it held coins. The human mind remembered debts before it wrote numbers. The human group shared food before it built markets. And this is the forgotten reality. Money is powerful, but it is not the oldest human system. Trust is older. Food is older. Tools are older. Fire is older. Sharing is older. Fear is older. Need is older. So what did human survival look like? Before money, it looked like walking for water. It looked like digging for roots. It looked like tracking animals. It looked like carrying fire. It looked like making tools from stone. It looked like sharing food beside a fire. It looked like watching the faces of your group. It looked like remembering who helped. It looked like hoping others would remember you too. Before money, life was not free. The cost was real. The cost was hunger, cold, risk, time, pain, and trust. Today we ask, how much does it cost? Back then, the question was different. Can you find it? Can you make it? Can you carry it? Can you share it? Can your group trust you? That was the primitive reality. Not a world without value. But Fritsch, world when value was different. A world where survival was not bought. It was earned. Day by day. Fire by fire. Meal by meal. And maybe that is why this old world still matters. Because under all our money, screens, and cities, the same truth remains. Humans survive through each other. Money is new. Need is ancient. If this changed how you see human history, subscribe. This channel tells simple stories from the wild past. And tell me in the comments, could you survive 1 week in a world without money